Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I hope you're all having a great day today. We got 4 Chao in the garden here. We got the guides from the starting episode, and the member Chao for this episode is Sapphire. Look at that little cutie there. As you can see, we do have some new texture mods on for this episode here. We got Rouge rocking the Christmas outfit, got the little hat and the red dress there, and then we also got this fancy new garden texture as well. This one's developed by Darky Benji. I'll put the download link in the description below, but it's really cool. It's a nice vibe. It's definitely a nighttime garden. You can see the texture on the Chao is actually slightly affected because of it too. The coloring's slightly different, and I just think it looks really cool. Really nice addition to the garden here. So it's actually Christmas Day that I'm recording this on, so it probably won't be the longest episode, but we're going to get some Chao raising in. We're going to talk about some mods that we're going to be adding to the series, and just kind of figuring out the plan for these new Chao, including naming them too. We've only named Gur, the one that was just talking to Sapphire there, but we still have these other 2 Chao that we got to name too. So actually, let's jump into that right now. Let's get that out of the way early here. Let's start off by naming the normal 2-tone Chao. There were a lot of suggestions for this Chao in terms of types and names in the comments, so thank you everyone who commented a suggestion. I really appreciate all of them. You guys all had great suggestions, but this one here is my favorite. Slothblaze commented that we should name this Chao Goober. And honestly, I love that name. I love the name Goober. LC actually suggested Eureka, which I thought was also a pretty good name. And I'm not going to go with that one, unfortunately. I like Goober a little bit better. But I am going to go with LC's type suggestion. LC said that we should make them a swim or a fly of sorts because of their B stat. So we're going to go with that. I think the plan for Goober is we're going to make them into a hero fly. At least that's the plan for now. We're going to get some animals and raise the stats soon. But I think Hero Fly is the plan for Goober. And I love the name Goober. Thank you again, Slothblaze, for the suggestion there. Next up, we're going to name the black 2-tone Chao here. Again, there were a lot of great suggestions for this Chao. Dawes had the name Dusk, which I really liked. I almost went with that one. But the name I'm going to be going with here was suggested by Tail Soccer, and that name is Dingus. I think Dingus is a very fitting one. You can see Tail Soccer commented here actually. Dingus could be a normal type to keep his D grades, which he's named after. Dingus had all Ds except for Stamina, which was an E, so making this into a normal Chao of some type, or like a Stamina, I guess, like instead of Fly, Swim, or Run, it's just going to be normal. By doing that, we're going to actually be able to raise that Stamina grade up to a D, making them an all D Chao, which is actually pretty unique and pretty cool, so I actually really like that idea, and I think Dingus is the perfect name to actually make that happen. So now we got this little guy running around our garden named Dingus. Thank you for the name there, Tail Soccer. Really appreciate it. So after that, decided to go to Wild Canyon with Goober, get some flying animals, some cheetahs, and try and raise up the flying stat and running stat of each of our Chao. For Goober in particular, definitely wanted to raise the flying since we're going to actually be making them into a hero flying Chao, so the condors are great for that. For anyone who doesn't know, condors are kind of, in my opinion, like the best animal in the game. They raise the flying stat an absolute crap ton, and then they also raise power and swim like a decent amount. It's not great for the other stats, but the flying is so good that it's just kind of hard to ignore. Like, look how many points that goes up. That's just crazy. So yeah, we'll give a whole bunch of these to Goober. We're also going to give them some cheetahs as well to get that running up, because right now all of our Chao are just kind of crawling around. So we're going to fix that. We're going to make sure they're able to walk, because Sapphire's just zooming in the background, running around. That'll be kind of a trend actually for the first few episodes of this series, or maybe more in the first few. But the member Chao is going to be so much stronger than all of our other Chao for pretty much every episode. We got a whole bunch of little babies running around, and then there's basically this like God Chao just running around with like 3,000 in every stat. So we're definitely going to raise up the stats of Goober and these other guys and try and get them to be a little bit more capable. But there's Goober, got the flying raised up. We're going to keep these animal parts for now because I think they look pretty cute. But we might end up changing those long term. Next up, we're going to be raising Dingus here. And my main focus with Dingus is just trying to get them good enough that they can walk and swim and everything. But, not trying to really tip them over into actually evolving into any stat other than the normal stat. So you can see we're raising the run, we're just getting that up to 50. As soon as I get to 50, I'm stopping there. Now we're going to give them some flying, get that stat up a little bit, but it's also to counteract the swimming is the main reason I'm raising the flying, because we did give this Chao a whole bunch of sea otters before to make sure they could actually swim, so we kind of have to balance that out now. And then after that, we gave them some running. Now we have to give them some power to balance them out. Sadly, I did not do the greatest here with the duplication glitch and have to leave the garden here in a second to go get some more. And I also came back with Shadow too, because we're going to want to make Dingus into a dark normal Chao. So we're going to have to do some petting and make sure they aren't evolving into a hero Chao or just like a normal neutral. We could do a normal like neutral Chao, but honestly that Chao type isn't the most exciting. I think dark normal is a little bit cooler. But yeah, there's Dingus now leaning towards dark Chao and specifically a dark normal. They're all balanced out, perfectly balanced. All things should be, just like Thanos would say. But we did decide to keep the condor wings. I think it looks pretty cool. We'll maybe get rid of those eventually, but I like them for now, though. And finally, we've got Gur. I decided to raise Gur's stats, like all of them, quite a bit. My main focus was power, though, which you'll see here in a little bit, as I've decided I want to make Gur into a neutral power Chao. Or just like a normal power Chao, I guess. Not hero or dark, just neutral. And I think they're going to look awesome. I think shiny blue two-tone as a neutral power will look sick. We'll kind of see what happens when they actually evolve. But my main focus was definitely raising up the power stat of Gur. So they actually are the strongest of the 3 Chao currently, but eventually that might change long term. I think Goober technically has the best grades, so we might eventually end up actually raising them to be stronger, but we'll kind of see. Also, could potentially be their kids, some future baby Chao we raise, they might actually be stronger in terms of grades. Actually, it's very likely that'll end up happening. And speaking of breeding Chao, one of the top comments in the last video was mentioning the color mix mod, and we've actually got that active here. I believe it's actually a part of Chao World Extended. But if we have Gur and, let's say, Dingus decide to breed, there's a chance that the Chao will be a mix of the 2 colors, or a variant, or what's the word I want to use? Like a varying shade of like already existing colors. And actually, in fact, these Chao here actually, Gur even, I don't think is technically the exact same shade as a normal shiny 2-tone blue Chao. I think he's a slightly different color. That's another thing that's added, I believe, by Chao World Extended. It might be enhanced Chao World. I sometimes get it mixed up. But it does add like different shades of each Chao color, which is really cool. Kind of adds some variety and makes each Chao feel more unique. But there's Gur, very strong now, very capable. Decided to keep the tiger parts there. I think it really fits the Gur name and kind of the Gur Chao, so probably will end up keeping those long term, I think. Because our Chao are so awesome, I immediately decided to go to City Escape after this and do some ring farming so that I could actually go to the black market and afford to buy them some good food. Unfortunately, we're still rather broke, but luckily Sonic and Dingus, you can see here, actually went to City Escape, collected a whole bunch of rings. We're gonna feed the whole garden, so good stuff there. And thank you, Dingus, for being such a key part of the ring farming process and helping Sonic collect the rings. And that's actually Santa Sonic too, collecting the rings. So Dingus had quite the experience here. As you're actually gonna see, they're about to run on a wall. I absolutely love this mod. This is the Chao Partner or Chao Gameplay mod. I think it recently changed to the Chao Partner mod is what it's called. But it's developed by Kel. Easily one of my favorite mods. Might actually be my favorite, like, just top mod in terms of Sonic Adventure 2. And Sonic Adventure DX actually has that mod too, so definitely one worth checking out. But here we are in the black market. We got a whole bunch of cool foods. We're gonna get a donut. Let's get a pretzel. We're getting all just a whole bunch of sweets and treats for these Chao for Christmas, so hopefully they all enjoy their presents. We can't really get them a whole lot other than food, but hopefully they enjoy it. I'd be pretty happy getting a donut from Santa Sonic, so I think these Chao will enjoy it. But these foods are actually added by, it's I believe, the Real World Foods mod developed by Rubu. So if you want to check that one out, definitely worth getting. I love having some actual foods apart from like square fruit or cube fruit, round fruit. Like, it's nice having some actual real foods that are, much cooler and, have some character. And plus, they actually give your Chao some extra abilities or like emotion effects that you wouldn't normally get. Like, for example, I think it's pancakes and cheese, and maybe it's some of the other ones too. But I know usually when your Chao eats them, they immediately get their joy stat like set to the max. So they just become like super happy from eating some cheese and some pancakes, which is honestly relatable. I would get up and want to do a little happy dance too if I got some pancakes from Santa Sonic. So I'm glad these Chao are enjoying them. And they're also rocking the Santa hats. I was meant to mention this way earlier, but they're all rocking some Santa hats. You'll see Sapphire's actually going to have one on here soon as well. But that is added by, I believe, the Sonic Forces mod. I really should know these mods a little bit better, what adds what. But Santa hats, real cool there, and a nice addition. We're not going to have them on past this video, so just for today. And we'll get them back to normal here soon. But actually, let me show you the progress on their heads. So Santa hats actually kind of hides the evolution process a little bit. But by taking them off, we can better see how these Chao are looking and make sure they're actually going to evolve into the right type. As you can see here, Gur is starting to get some points coming out of the top of their head, kind of behind the tiger ears, so that's a good sign they're leaning towards a neutral power. You can see that Dingus here is just looking like your average dark Chao, not really leaning towards any type. And then we can already start to see some purple on Goobers, so that's really good. They all seem to be going towards the correct type that we want to evolve them into, which is awesome. And I think that's going to be about it for today's video. I've actually got Sully chilling on my lap, so you might hear him purring or meowing a little bit. But yeah, a bit of a shorter episode here today. It's literally Christmas morning as I'm recording this, so I gotta go see my family soon. I got other things going on. But future episodes of this series will be a little bit longer. The last one's about 20 minutes. This one's a little bit shorter. But yeah, the future ones plan to be a little bit longer. So next time we're gonna go into the races. There's gonna be more kindergarten too. I definitely want to get these Chao dancing soon, so really waiting for step dance. I wanted to put them in the kindergarten this episode, but it actually had the bell was the lesson, and honestly I don't really want to teach these guys the bell because the bell can be a little bit annoying sometimes, honestly. But yeah, hopefully step dance or spin dance soon, or go-go dance. I really like the go-go dance, so we'll see. Hopefully we get that soon. But happy holidays to all of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really wanted to put something out for Christmas and give you guys some Chao content today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you everyone who clicked the like button. And thank you so much to the channel members for making this type of content possible. I really appreciate all your support, as this channel just frankly wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you so much, and take care. Happy holidays, everyone.